Hello, welcome back, folks. Aaron here once more again. Today for another figure review of the Band Presto's Qposket series RWBY figures that we've been doing. And the next character on next that finally arrived is gonna be Yang Xiao Volume 4 version from the show RWBY. This right here is the third of the Qposket series RWBY figures that I've been collecting so far as of late. And the third character finally arrived. Overall, even before out of the box, the art picture of her looks pretty nice, cute and adorable. As I mentioned before in the previous two Qposket series figures that we've done of Blake and RWBY, now we have Yang in the list, which is pretty nice. Weiss should be coming in these next couple days, hopefully. So I just gotta wait for that and that review in a bit. But Yang overall looking pretty nice and cute and adorable. But without further ado, folks, let's dive right in with the unboxing of the figure. And we are back, folks, and now time to do the unboxing of the figure. And unlike with the Blake one that we did, what was it, yesterday or a day ago or so, the Yang one is actually going to be a new figure, which like I said before on my previous video, so I was going to say toss-up, because sometimes on eBay, it's sometimes a toss-up, because most of the time they tell you the truth, but sometimes you also get, sometimes where they kind of bend the truth a bit when it comes like to whether a figure is new or used, because I've had that experience happen a couple times on some other figures that I bought previously. But overall, so far looking like a new box, so let's go with the unboxing. Oh, and there's more tape. As I was only just the one tape in front of the there's 3 tapes on side. Hey, that at least shows you there's actually some safety and protection of this. Granted, I don't know if the tape is new tape or old tape, but so far it's looking like new. And it does have the cardboard, so that's the safety feature right there, like I mentioned before with a lot of these. And now, without the box taken care of. And like I mentioned before, with a lot of these figures, especially with Bandai and a lot of their Band Presto, they tend to protect them to these hard shell, what's it called? Covers. I'm forgetting the name for it. Cardboard, harsher cardboard. And yeah, Yang is a new figure, actually the classic right here. But yeah, like I mentioned before, if you buy any of the Bandai Band Prestos, usually they're going to be coming in these hard shell cardboard boxes, which is for protection, which not gonna lie is pretty nice, because these are pretty tough, and they protect the figure, which is what we always want, because I've had it happen before where figures I bought either on stores and I bought them and taken home, and they were damaged, which was kind of sad. But usually it's fine. And overall, we have right here the full complete figure of Yang and different sides. And like I mentioned before with the blank one, they do sometimes come apart. Sometimes, I think it was the RWBY one, which was full complete figure, so there wasn't really any detachable parts. You can see right here, Yang has some detachable parts with her. It's kind of funny that it's her left hand that's a detachable instead of her right hand, because, well, if you know in the show, Yang has mechanical right hand now. But overall, figure looking nice in the plastic over here. We have her display stand, we have her left hand attachment with her glasses, which, not gonna lie, I really do love the whole glasses thing for her. In Volume 4, overall, her outfit looks pretty nice. So let's go with the unboxing. Not gonna lie, I really should get myself some scissors. It would be very useful. Like, I like my knives, but when it comes to like a lot of unboxing and stuff, I like to have scissors again, or a smaller knife. Like, usually I just carry my big old survival knives with me, which is fine. I don't mind them. I like having them right next to me. They're always useful. That's one thing I always say. We'll always tell people it's always useful to have a knife. So, go with the unboxing of the figures. First things first, the head, and hopefully they cut the plastic out. Head comes first, then the full body, then the display, and then the cardboard. Ooh. With the glasses. And that's it. The cardboard right here is protected in another. Ooh. Oh wow. I actually did double protection for this. Wait 1 second, folks, because this is actually in 2 plastic covers. Double protection. Hey, that's always good. Having double protection. Hopefully I didn't do double tape, because I would be a little bit annoyed. Nope. There we go. And those now come out. Put the plastic away. And let's go start off with the figures on the a little bit more. Here's Yang's full head right here. A little nice and adorable. You can see the glitter in the eyes, which I find a little bit nice and cute. You can see right here, hang forward pretty nice. The sculpting and the painting for it looks pretty great. And not gonna lie, was the effect I've been going through a lot of my Dragon Ball, especially in the Super Saiyan colors, with the hair. It's been like a toss up with the way sometimes people tend to, toy manufacturers tend to color like the hair. Sometimes a yay or nay. With Yang right here, it's actually a good yay on how the hair is kind of styled, but pretty good. Which I actually could do kind of like, because sometimes with kind of like blonde hair, it's kind of like a toss up sometimes on either it being good with the color that you see right here looking pretty nice, or sometimes the yellow being kind of like bland, which I've mentioned before in some of my other Dragon Ball characters. Overall, the figure looks pretty nice. I was going to go with the full body of the body. Overall, looking pretty great. So right here, all detailed nice, customized detail work right there. Overall, looking pretty nice overall. So if you want with our figures, the detail work for this, for a Volume 4 outfit, looks pretty nice. You can see all the small details right there. With her jacket, her pants, her boots right there. Well, pretty nice. And sometimes some people, I've had people basically complain on what's called Yang's outfit. I like the design of it, especially for like her motorcycle, desert, cowboy style. What's it called? Granted, I do understand that a little bit more yellow onto this would have been a little bit great because of her being yellow would have been great. And it's like, you know what? I don't go against that a lot, but overall, still looks pretty nice, and I actually do like it. And also, like with a lot of the yellow here, a lot of it's actually gold instead of it being yellow right here. Even in her gauntlet, it's like it's more of a metallic gold right there. You can see right there. Overall, looking pretty nice. Her scarf, all looking pretty good. And then on her left side right here, we have her arm right here with her Emperor Celica. Hopefully I'm saying that name right for her gauntlet right there. And the glasses right there, which actually are, I think, which I think they actually did try to make almost like actual glasses right here, because you can actually see through you actually can see through the tent right there. So that's actually pretty nice. I actually did try to do actual glasses on the figure. That's actually pretty nice. Now, without further ado, folks, let's go with the assembly of the character. Which, first things first, we always have the display stand for the characters. So let's do that. We're going to add Yang's arm back on there before we do the full head. So that should connect like this. Now we have both arms now connected. Now we can see the full body with this. Now with the whole thing together, looking pretty nice. You can see right there. Overall, looking good. Character looking pretty nice with the wool. Now time to attach the head. And I know with some of these, sometimes they have to be angled. So with Yang, we gotta attach it right. Like I mentioned before, a lot of times these are kind of like angles, so you gotta, these have to be, give me 1 second, folks. Okay, we're back. Sorry. The sculpting of the head and the inside was a little bit much more, how can you say, narrow. I guess that's the best apt word I can go with it for the character. I mean, sometimes this happens with sculpting figures. Even with the bigger manufacturers, sometimes the sculpting, the headpiece part tends to be a little bit too narrow, so it kind of takes either a little bit of you having to slam the head in there just to make it fit, or you would have to do a little bit cutting to do that. Luckily, I didn't have to do that. But now we have the figure fully built and looking pretty nice. Right here, you see right here, Yang in all full glory of herself. I actually I also saw that she also has the little Higo head right there. Kind of reminds me of Saber. She is blonde, so oh my god, we have a RWBY Saber. I'm just joking. Overall, Yang's looking pretty nice. You can see over here. Actually, turn her to the turntable. Overall, here's Yang in all her glory. Oh, looking pretty nice. I should put her on the turntable right here to be a little bit much more on that. Now we have Yang in all her glory in Volume 4 Alpha, and I'm not gonna lie, looking pretty nice figure. The sculpting is pretty great. The details on the color, the jacket, everything else looking pretty fine. It's what we want to see in our characters. Overall, a nice looking figure, if I do say so myself. I will say, out of all the 4 characters I've gotten so far, Yang is technically expensive. So I think right now, at the moment, at least for the Qposket series, Yang's the one that, I don't know why there's not that much of them. I don't know why. I don't know if it's production something or whatnot. Because I've seen a lot of Blake ones. I've seen a lot of Weiss ones. Ruby's been a little bit toss up on that one. I'm lucky I got the RWBY figure that I got when I got her then, so I'm still glad about that one. But apparently Ruby and Yang are apparently the more harder to get now. Weiss and Blake are a little bit much more abundant, at least when trying to get them all. Because I've been seeing a lot more of them instead of more and less of the Yang and Ruby one, so I'm actually kind of glad I was able to get the Yang one I did. Overall, the figure looks pretty great. It's what we want to see. Looks adorable, cute. That's what we want with our figures, and actually put her side by side with the rest of the Qposket series. Actually, we'll get all 4 of them in a bit. So we're gonna have Yang right here, and now let's get Ruby and Blake. Here's Ruby on the right side, and I'll adjust the camera in a second, folks. And here's Blake on the left side. Try to adjust the characters, and now we almost have the full complete set of Ruby. Now all we just need is Weiss, who should be coming in the next day or so. But yeah, folks, that's it for the review. If you did like it, please consider dropping like, share, and subscribe. I always do appreciate it, folks. And as always, have a nice day. This is RWBY Qposket signing out, and I'll see you guys on the next one.